So a couple of reasons. If you want, we'll send you a link off YouTube when I give these stats updates so you can send things that are pertinent to your clients. And secondly, to start, YouTube videos are ranking really fast now in search engine optimization. So, for example, if you started doing some videos on Sandy or Cottonwood Heights or something like that, and really kind of became a market expert, you know, something specifically like, hey, this is Jay Deere, I'm an expert in Utah County, I sell a lot of Lehigh, here's median stats, I'm standing in front of this home, it usually sells for X price, blah, blah, blah. Put it on YouTube. We found that's the quickest way to rank a website through search engine optimization. Get it up there in Google, the fastest right now. So we'll start using these videos to optimize our corporate website and then some other blogs and things that we run. So I'll be a little bit formal in introduction so that we can cut the video. So I'm Jake Breen with Prudential Real Estate, and this is your market update. And it is April 24th, 2012. What I did today and what I just built this morning, we've had a lot of questions. In fact, Vic was just telling me this morning, he was with his father-in-law this weekend, and he said, man, nothing's selling in my neighborhood. And he's just west of Tuscany, you know, Walker Lane area. And he goes, there's just signs in front of these houses and stuff isn't selling. And that's the market segment that they're used to seeing. Has anybody heard over the last year or two or three, a client or just somebody you're familiar with say, $1 million homes are not selling? Just period. I mean, what do you hear in that market? What do people tell you? Okay. You hear it's good right now. Is that from agents or from agents? Okay, from agents. What do you guys hear from your clientele? Either when you go list or you're showing a buyer houses over 750, over $1 million. They're telling you, oh, it's super slow, stuff isn't selling. So I came in this morning and built this really quick. What you're staring at is, this is the year as a whole. So since we're not through 2012, you won't see that here. Up here is 2005 through 2011. And down here you're going to stare at the year to date, up through yesterday. Okay? So year 2005, January 1st up to April 23rd, 2005. Okay? So let's just look up here for a second. This is the amount of houses over $1 million that were listed in that year. This is the amount of houses that went under contract during that year, went into escrow. And this is the amount of houses over $1 million that actually sold. Now, these two are based off of list price. This column is based off of sold price. Okay? So this might seem a little ironic that 70 sold but 79 went under contract. They either fell out or they closed in the next year. They went under contract in December, closed in 2006. Okay? So then, to make sense of all this, we're going to divide the number of houses listed by the under contracts to give us a percentage. This column tells you, as a percentage of how many houses got listed over $1 million, how many actually went into escrow, and then how many actually closed that year. Okay? So 2005, 27% of the houses that were listed over $1 million went under contract. And 24 of them, or a fourth of the houses, actually closed. So what was the best year so far in the last 7 years for $1 million houses? 2011. Whoa! Wait a minute, we thought the hot market days were 2005, 2006, 2007, right? Actually, as a percentage of what was listed, because listed inventory came down, look at this, 2007. Yeah, we sold 137 houses over $1 million, but 859 came on the market. Okay? So although that was the #1 closing year, you got to ask yourself, is inventory in check? Notice we're not even talking pricing here. We're just asking, is inventory in check? The best so far, full year on record, 32% of the houses that were listed in 2011 that were over $1 million went under contract, and 26% of them sold. Okay? Now let's quickly just glance at year to date. The best year to date, first quarter 2007, there was 235 houses listed, 70 went under contract, and 39 closed. That was 30% of the market went under contract then. So yeah, running up to spring 2007 was pretty darn hot. And beginning of 2006, 21% of those closed. However, I put this little asterisk down here, and I'll explain what that means to you. Looking thus far at 2012, 73 places have been listed, okay? 17 have gone under contract, and 11 have sold. That kind of surprised me. I thought that would be better, to be honest. And I went, God, last year, 2011, 11 had sold. And in 2010, 18, and in 2009, 11 as well. So clear back to 2005, that's pretty consistent for a first quarter, okay? So I'd say we're in an average $1 million home sale market. But I kind of thought I would be better, and 2010 was ironic to me that 18 had sold in that first quarter, because we were really in the depths then. I think a lot of people timed the market, people with money decided this was a great time to buy, number one. Number two, remember I told you these two columns are based off of list price, and this column is based off of the sold price. Well, we got to ask ourselves, have sold prices, or has the price per square foot for $1 million houses come down during this time frame? Big time, right? At least 35% from everything else I've showed you in Salt Lake County, perhaps even more. So, on this last little number right here, I took the amount of solds, and I said, a lot of these may have been listed at like $1.1 million, but closed for $975. Okay? So then I divided, I said, how many have actually sold so far this year in 2012 that were listed over $1 million, but may have closed a little less? And that gave us 4 more sales. We went from 11 to 15. And so if we take that as a percentage, the overall point here is, in 2012, first quarter of 2012, if you take the number of sold properties that were listed for over $1 million divided by the amount listed, we're also at 21%, rivaling the best quarter in the last 7 years. Okay, so we'll put this on a video. We'll email this out. The overall point here is there really hasn't been a period that stuff over $1 million has not been selling. This is all Salt Lake County, number one. And number two, it's still selling well, and as a percentage of what's listed, right now it's selling as well as it has in 7 years. Okay? And I just found out this morning, and I'll let Wells Fargo say a little bit about this, but a lot of these clients were purchasing these homes. If you scroll these closed transactions, I'd say about 50% of them are cash. So half of them are needing financing. And very often, people in this category are needing non-conforming financing. And a lot of the lenders that do that and do a good job at it have gone away. And a big one went away this morning. You want to inform them a little bit about that?
Yeah. Consolidation in the marketplace, ING, one of our bigger competitors on financing, exited the market. They have decided to no longer participate in the non-conforming market. So consolidation still is there, and we still lead that